Hi, it's Dr. Lori, and this is Thrift with Dr. Lori. That's right, we're going shopping in your favorite thrift stores all over. So today I'm with Amy in Clyde, Texas at Callahan Thrift. Amy, hi, hon.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
How are you doing? What are you going to show me? I'm so excited. I love to go
I'm
shopping.
wonderful. I have a little bit of everything for everyone.
What should we start with? Some of my favorites like glass or ceramics or jewelry. What are we starting with? Yeah,
I
nice.
do have jewelry.
Oh, so I like the wrapped bracelet with the wrapped turquoise. I like that a lot. Kind of like a pentagon piece all the way over to the left.
This one?
Yeah, I like that one because it's kind of cool. It's kind of young, it's kind of hip.
Yes, with the wood.
I like that with the wood.
This one is actually a stone.
So there's a stone one too. I like that. I have to say that I like bracelets. You all know I like bracelets. I wear bracelets. I feel naked without a bracelet or a watch on. I like to have stuff on my wrist. But I have to say that Pentagon one, while it really says, oh, I'm the 1970s, the 1980s, I have to say that particular piece, I don't know if it would be for fun. Like you're going out to a party, in the summer. It wouldn't be something you're wearing every day, right, Amy?
Right.
Yeah. But I like that. So how much is that bracelet?
Well, I've got it at $1.
Yeah, $1 is great.
Perfect.
$1 is great because I probably see that piece reselling somewhere around $15 or $20. So $1 is really great. All right,
nice.
What other bracelets have you got? I love bracelets. What other bracelets do you have? Let's see.
I do have this one that's kind of pretty.
That one's pretty. So that one has a feel, that kind of has that David Yurman feel with the elements or the finials at the top, like that just wraps around. That was a very popular style in the 90s and even up to today. A lot of people look for that style. So that's a nice one. So how much is that?
This one is also $1.
Well, we got to so then to see now someone like me, I'd come out, I'd sweep up all of those.
You would take them all.
I totally would at $1. So it's $10 in that tray.
I do have, speaking of glass, I have some glass earrings.
Yeah, glass earrings always look nice. And when you get your gem testers, I have my gem tester, of course, on the specials and shopping page. When you get the diamond or the gem testers or the presidium gem testers, those gem testers will tell you whether or not you have glass, whether or not stone. Yeah, they're very helpful. They're on my shopping page, but basically my specials page. But basically, they're really wonderful. So let's see those earrings. Let's see. Oh, the blue is great. The blue and white always is a great combination, and I like the fact that they're down. Now, how much are those?
$7.99.
Well, now is $7.99 high for those? I don't think so. I think $7.99 is a pretty good price for those because I think you could resell those probably in that $20, $25 range for the blue ones. Now the green ones, let's see, are they wrapped with wire?
Yes, they're uranium, I believe.
Oh, they're uranium glass. Okay, so sometimes many of you might know that as Vaseline glass. So that brings the value up a little bit more. Can you put those in the middle of your hand?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. And a little bit off to the right. Off to the left, because I never learned left and right. I never did. I was one of those kids who was doing this with left and right. But that's a nice one. Those are nice. And because they're uranium glass or Vaseline glass will be higher. Now remember, Vaseline glass, of course, is a wonderful introduction of the early 20th century. But what I don't always look for, and I have to say this is just a taste thing, Amy, a lot of people like the look of the wires that are wrapped. To me, I'm like, if you're going to wrap it, you got to be a little neater about it. But I think that's kind of a style a lot of people do like. I think I'm in sort of the minority when I think about that with wrapping wire to hold something. I think those are pretty good looking. I like those too. How much are those?
Those are 10.
Those are 10. So, you're in the $7 to $10 range where you can flip them into the $25 to $30 range. You're doing pretty well. You're paying in that, kind of 25 to 30%, right? To flip them for 3 times more. So those are pretty good, but those bracelets are a better deal.
Okay.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's look at some more jewelry.
Okay.
Wow, Amy, this is fun.
This is fun. I have some brooches. Let me take you to them.
Okay.
I have a tray of brooches.
Come in, we're open. Look at all that ceramics and here's a tray of brooches. Yeah, I wear brooches. A lot of people don't, but I tend to wear a pin or a brooch, and part of it has to do with, of course, having microphones, so you can't have a lot of necklaces. That's why you'll see a lot of, people on who do a lot of video or on television, they won't have, in fact, longer necklaces because it's going to hit the mic. But I wear a lot of brooches and always did. I never thought of brooches as being matronly. I always thought brooches were kind of cool, kind of dress something up. Oh, I like the pearl one. Let's see the pearl one. I know, I still like pearls. A lot of people don't like pearls. I like the pearl brooch. Yeah, that one's nice. So is that one marked?
This one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, is that one marked?
I couldn't find anything on it.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about it, because look at that, the back of that, and that's a nice piece. And look at how small the pin is. So that brooch dates to the 1960s, 1970s because of the type of pin clasp, and also because of the striations or those stripes that you're seeing in the metal, in the gold tone metal. So they're faux pearls, of course. Let's see the pearl side. And actually, it looks like it's faux pearls with a little bit of, you can see much of the adhesive or the glue coming through that they use. So a little overzealous with that. Over time, that started to, of course, show a little bit of its mark. And then you can see that the gold tone leaf part is still in pretty good shape. So how much is that brooch?
They're all $3.
Okay, they're way low. They're way low. You know that because what you're trying to do is you're saying, hey, you know what? I want to see them go. That's a wonderful bargain there in that particular tray. So let's stay at that tray, Amy. Can we do that?
Can we
Let's stay in the $3 tray and see what we can do for $3. So up toward the upper left-hand corner, there looks like there's a tree or in the center tray. Yeah, right there. So that one looks like, yeah, that one. You're good, Amy. You know what I'm going for. I like that one. Oh, so it's kind of like a wheat sheath, like a little bit of a plant form, and then that's gold tone. I like the consistency of all the gold. So what I like is, even though it is a gold tone piece, it's not solid gold. I like that you can't see sort of the under base metal. And is it marked?
Yes.
We love marks.
Yes.
What does that mark say?
And I will have to get my loop to tell you that.
Oh, you can get your loop. And all the rest of you can get your loop on my specials and shopping page. But yeah, the loop is nice. It's a nice piece. I like it because it's big. I like the symmetry of it. And then I like the fact that the angle goes. So these are some of the things that I look for. I look for symmetry, right? I like things that are symmetrical, same on each side. I look also for a consistent either color tone, enameling, or of course the gold or silver plating. I like that to be consistent. I like symmetry in it, but I also like something that's a little bit of a flare, and that diagonal going through it is the little flare that I like. So what does it say, that mark?
Let me look for you.
Thanks, Amy. For $3, we're probably buying it anyway. But, I do like it. And then Amy, of course, knows her clientele. She knows what she can sell for how much. And she knows how much she has into it. What were you saying, hon?
It says OPIM.
Okay. So you have a nice piece, and you have a piece that has a particular mark. So you also have, of course, a piece that dates to probably the 1970s. Value on that piece is easily $25. That's a nice piece. Yeah, so 25. And where do you sell it? So people go, well, Dr. Lori, where do I sell that? Etsy, eBay, List, Ruby Lane, Poshmark, all those places online. You might be able to command more than the $3 in your store. But what I like is that you might have regulars who you say, I have regular customers and I want them to get a bargain. I want them to come back and shop in the store. So of course, your clientele and how much you should charge in your store. But that's a bargain. I'd be sweeping those up. So I'd have an armful of I would have an armful of bracelets, an armful in your store of course, these other pieces. And I'm sure that you look at the marks and you identify the marks beforehand, because, when you're looking at that, you're going to be able to say, hey, I've got a piece of Trifari, or I've got a piece of Napier, or I've got a piece of, I don't know, Gianni Bernini, or I've got whomever in terms of these pieces. I also like the pieces that are set with paste, or are set with faux stones or beads. So let's look at some of those.
Okay.
So I like the beads on the card. I love those colors, the yellow beads on the card. They're up in the on the right-hand side. I like the figural piece too. Oh no, I'm sorry. Those aren't beads. Those are they read like beads. Those are actually the yellow, yeah, and the gold and the green. That's nice. And it's a nice set too.
Yes.
Yeah, nice maker set. So is that more than your $3? Must be.
Yes. This one will be $7.
That's wonderful. So for $7, you could resell that set easily for $30 online. So this is where resellers are going to say, wow, I can really do very well in the jewelry, because even the costume jewelry and sets increase value by about 10%. Which piece do you like, Amy? Which piece do you like?
Well, I mean, there's several. I'm into colors, so I like the blue on this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like this one, how it stands out.
Oh yeah, I like that.
With the stones. I'm more of a bright color person, so.
Well, yeah, you have your pretty blonde hair. So is there a mark on the back of that? Can we see the back of that one?
No, this one didn't have any.
So that's from the 1950s, 1960s. Look at how big that piece is. And also look at how that particular piece really has three-dimensionality. So it's got some nice frosted work on the top. You know, it looks like it's actually frosted. Then it's kind of a nice shiny on the underneath of that ribbon. And that's a lot. That's work, you know. And people will say about costume jewelry, but it's the workmanship that people look for. That's why people look for the bigger names, the Hattie Carnegies, you know, the Miriam Haskells, the Weisses, the Trafaris, because there's more workmanship put in. I even like the white ones at the bottom. They're a little bit, they should be a little bit less expensive than that blue one. That blue one was what, $25, $35?
It could be.
I think it should be. It should be for your sake, sweetheart.
Okay.
But I like those. I like those very much. That's nice.
Yes.
So a couple of those things really, and that's a nice little jewelry tray too. I like that one very much.
Yes. I think it has a marking on it. It was from a drawer.
Oh, the tray itself has a marking on it. Yeah. Pretty nice. So let's see some other pieces. We've been looking at a little bit of jewelry. I can look at jewelry all day. Maybe we'll come back to jewelry. What other pieces do you want to show me in the shop?
Well, I've got a lot.
Maybe some ceramics?
Yes. Let me go real slow and see what you think.
How are you doing with selling the basins with the wash, like the pitchers with the wash basins? How are those going? Because I see a lot of those. They had sort of their time, and now I'm seeing that they're kind of falling out of favor a little bit. Are people just wanting the wash basin for like a centerpiece, and they don't really want the pitcher? Or are you seeing the pitcher and the wash basins kind of working pretty well in Texas for you?
The basins are more desirable. And it also depends on the color, I guess, and the style. Because I've had some in here that were just vibrant colors, and they went, you know, pretty well. This one's kind of just one color. Okay.
But does white still do pretty well? I could think one color wouldn't really do well, but white tends to be so universal. I could see people might want white for a sunroom or something.
Yes, and a lot of the crafters like to add things to it, so the white's really desirable.
Oh, so they like to do their own. Maybe they want to paint over it, or maybe they want to do so. Yeah, the repurposing, right? In thrift is really, really big. Yeah,
I have a lot of my customers doing that, and I put things out for that reason.
Right, so they can add to it and change it. I see a lot of people doing that. Oh, remember the shoes? The shoes are always fun. Yeah, the shoes are always fun. Made in occupied Japan. Some of them are made in Germany. Some of them are made pre-World War II in Japan. Some of them are Lenox, made in the United States. Some of them, of course, Austrian, but those are really nice. Those are a nice knick-knack.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, they're all about memories, too. You know, I remember one of my aunts used to have a shoe. It was always on Dorothy's shoe. It was up on the, it was on the kitchen. You know, the sink was here, and there were 3 shelves, you know, the typical 1950s house. There were 3 shelves, of course, and one of them had the shoe on it. So the shoes are pretty nice. The idea of the shoe, of course, goes back to marriages and weddings and the tradition of putting, again, usually a 6 pence, they used to say in England, but basically a penny or something in your shoe for prosperity. So to have a shoe around the house, the idea to have a shoe around the house meant you're going to have prosperity in the house. It's kind of like, when, did you know that? Oh, I'm sure you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, well, it's really wonderful. So, pick a shoe and put it in the house. Well, it's good that it's in your business. It's in your shop. You want to have a shoe in your shop. But a shoe will basically bring you prosperity typically. Weddings, they used to actually throw shoes at brides and grooms. You're trying to hit the groom with a shoe at the wedding. People are like, why are you trying to bean the groom? But you did because the idea was you wanted to hit them because that would give them prosperity. So the shoes are really fun. I like the shoes. And hey, probably how much are the shoes?
Well, I've got them for $1 a piece.
Yeah, $1 a piece is really a bargain. They're usually somewhere around $5 or $10 a piece.
Okay.
So, but they're nice. I don't like the boots. I like the shoes that look like a lady shoe with a little bit of the flower applied ornament. Yeah, I like the one that's blue with the rose. That's the one. I like that one.
And this one.
Where is that one made? Does it say?
This one here?
Either one, anyone.
Royal Dover?
Maybe Royal Dover. Okay,
Yep,
so England. They're typically, there's some of them German, some of them Japanese are the typical ones. Yeah, I like the one with the applied ornament. That one's made in Japan?
Yes.
Yeah, made in Japan. And
somebody gave it to somebody.
Julie 19. So Julie might have gotten married on 11/2/1978. That's not unusual. That's not unusual, right? So Julie would be married a long time now, right?
Yes, she would.
1978. So, but those are really cute. The shoes are $1 each. That's fun. They're perfect for weddings. And that's one of the things that you probably were thinking about when you decide to make certain displays, of course, seasonal displays. So, around June, you want to put out the things that have to do with shoes and usually white roses and this kind of stuff, flowers for weddings and such.
Okay.
Yeah. So what else have you got that we want to see? How about more ceramics?
Yeah. And, something that's been doing really good is glass ashtrays.
Yeah, but glass ashtrays from certain places.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Yes. So glass ashtrays are collectible. Now, there was a time when, of course, the idea of the smoking paraphernalia, the tobacco-ana really went down because people were trying to quit smoking. But places like the Golden Nugget, the gambling halls, the casinos, Walt Disney World, Walt Disneyland, those kinds of things. So that's probably pretty expensive. How much is that?
Well, I've had it in here forever for 10 and now it's $5.99.
Wow. Okay. So online, you're going to flip that for a lot more than that.
Absolutely. Somebody's missing out on that.
Somebody's missing out on that, but okay. That's all right. Hey, let's look at that cookie jar.
This one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Well, she's got a boo-boo.
Yeah, that's a boo-boo. See, now, so then what happens with the boo-boos? Can you attract sort of the repurposers to that? Or is it just like, oh gosh, it's cracked and we're done?
No, some of them do because they'll repurpose them for planners or they'll repaint them and hide the boo-boos. So
yeah, you could do that, or you could have the ivy plant coming down, right?
Yeah,
to kind of hide the damage. Me, I don't like damage. If I see damage, I'm leaving it there. You're not going to convince someone like me, but I'm not the regular person, and I am not repurposing too much stuff.
Right.
But I put a plant in it, Amy. I think that's a great idea. I'd put a plant in it. And I'd have the plant growing and make sure the plant covers that up. And then I put the head or the top on the side of the plant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it would look kind of cool in the corner on a bookshelf.
Just a pair of brooches with the plant.
I think the decapitated cookie jars look pretty good. I do. Oh, it's so fun to go shopping. So let's see this cool piece you've been waiting to show me.
I have her.
Oh, yeah.
She is Henri.
Yes, that's right. So that's a nice piece. So now that's made of a particular composite. And it says it's number 1318 of 2000.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a big run, and that's a big production run. 2,000 of them are production run. And then you've got number 1318. Some number 1 or number 2 or number 10.
Right.
It's way high. Okay. But it is a well-known maker. From Italy, the Henri maker, very well known. They also made barware, so they made little figures that would be on the top of a wine cork.
Oh.
So you opened up a bottle of wine, and then you basically put a stopper in. They made those. They made music boxes, but basically from the 1960s and 70s, pretty popular. So what's your price on that? What's your low bargain price on that, Amy? We're going to have to get the Clyde, Texas to you.
I have her for 12.
12 is good. I think 12 is good. That's a good number. I think that's pretty fair for that. You probably could make a little bit on it, maybe $15 to $18, but I think 12 is really a good price for that piece. That's
Okay,
nice.
perfect.
Yeah, that's nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I can
Well,
shop
we're at
around.
Callahan Thrift with Amy in Clyde, Texas today. This is shopping, thrifting with Dr. Lori. This is
We're having a
thrifting with
blast.
Dr. Lori. What fun. Amy, what else you got, sweetheart?
Well, I got everything. I've got.
Tell me a little bit about how Callahan got started.
Well, I've always liked thrifting and garage selling,
Yeah.
and I did the corporate world for about 15 years and management, and I came back to Texas and started selling a few things online to make a little extra money, having fun, and really enjoyed it. And I found a building and thought, oh my gosh, I have too much stuff. I've got enough to fill this building. I'm going to go for it. So I did, and I love it. I love it. And I do it not like the typical thrift store. I like to spread it around. I don't want to have like one wall of jewelry, one wall of glass. I spread it around and make it like a treasure hunt, because I have those kind of customers here. They love to look for treasures.
Yeah, that's wonderful. We all love to look for treasures. I love to look for treasures.
Absolutely.
And it's so nice to hear the stories of the successes. You know, I love to hear the folks, because you're going to inspire people just like I do. I'm going to inspire you to make sure that, you know, you can do this, you can get this. Let's see what else you got. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a great story.
Some shakers, salt and pepper shaker set.
Now, salt and pepper shakers are tough, aren't they? I mean, I think a lot of people, you know, other than the ones that are maybe Mickey Mouse or maybe their particular iridescent glass. But, you know, my mother had the yellow ones. You see the yellow ones in the back? They're amber with the, oh my gosh, those salt and pepper. No, yellow amber glass, those. 1975 at my mother's house in Connecticut. Where's the pepper? And she had cholesterol all her life, so we never had salt there. But those bring me back, those salt and pepper shakers. So while I don't think there's a great market for them all the time, you know, when I talk to other folks like you know, they say, they're kind of hard, you know, to resell, but people really remember the places and the people that they've been with and shared a meal with over salt and pepper shakers. And one of the places that people forget about when they're reselling is prop shops and movie houses and places that need to set a stage. You know, so a lot of people forget that that's one of the places that some of these vintage and antique pieces could be sold. It's a great selling tip to remember about what's called a prop shop, which are the places that will look for certain items to be able to make a set on a movie scene or a movie studio. Yeah. So a lot of them look for those. So that's one of the places a lot of people go. You know what's always big is, look at the chef. What's always big with respect to those people are the vintage appliances, you know, like the avocado green can openers, you know, that kind of thing. So I like those at $5 a pair or $5 a set. That's a very good deal for most of those salt and pepper shakers that typically sell around $15 to $25 for each set. Nice. Yeah, nice. So let's see some more ceramics. How about bowls or dishes or, wait. Look at the chicken.
Yes.
Wow, the hen is great. See, that's a cool ceramic for deviled eggs. You always see the round deviled eggs, you know, and then you put the celery in the middle or the carrots in the middle, the crudité in the middle. Those dishes that are round and they have a hobnail pattern, you can see them in your mind's eye. But this is a nice presentation when you put deviled eggs or hard-boiled eggs in there. Can I see the back?
Yeah.
$5 for the egg platter. Amy, honey, you're too generous.
I think it was made at a craft shop, maybe a ceramic shop.
Yeah. It looks like it was like someone's project when they were doing ceramics.
Yeah.
One of my sisters would go with one of my aunts and they would do ceramics. You know, they go to ceramics class.
Yeah.
You know, and they would make things like that. But I have to say that these craft things are really popular, the vintage ones, whether it's somebody's needlepoint or embroidery picture, or maybe it's a piece of ceramic that was made at Paint Your Own Pottery. These pieces, because they look like and resemble folk art. They look like something that someone really, you know, not mass produced made, but that someone or an individual made. And that's a nice thing too when you're shopping.
Oh,
I love that. I'd give $40 for that, Amy.
Okay.
I think that's way too low.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We found what we call a honey pot in the thrifting world, right?
Yes.
It's treasure. She's letting us go treasure hunting with Amy in Clyde, Texas. This is really nice. I like this. So then we've got some ducks. I'm not big on ducks. Do you like ducks?
I'm a chicken person. I raise chickens. So.
Oh, you raise chickens. Yeah, I like a chicken. I like a bunny rabbit. I don't know. The ducks never did it for me.
The ducks don't do too well either. I can't really sell them.
You can't sell the ducks?
No, they don't do very well.
All right.
Okay.
Let's test the ducks.
I have over
All
in
you
my...
duck people are like, Dr. Lori, I love ducks. I know you could love ducks. It's fine. Let's see. What else we got?
I have
You know,
these.
we all love what we love. Oh, the pig. Look at the pigs. Now, there's a cookie jar that goes with those pigs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. There's a cookie jar that goes with those pigs. Those are nice. I like those. And I like houses. I collect bird houses. I like houses that are ceramic. Many times when I'm traveling the world, I'll pick up something that looks like a particular, you know, architectural building. So I like those houses. I think they're cute. I know they're not worth too much, but I think those are cute too.
Yeah.
And the glaze is good. The glaze is quite good. So yeah, you see the glaze on the thatched roof is kind of a green.
Yes.
Yeah. That attention to glaze is very good. That one I would probably pick up where I wouldn't pick up the one in front of it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I like those. Those look vintage, and those look like, of course, you could collect those, you know.
I do have this piece of pottery. Someone told me it was a 1930s Navajo pottery, but I'm not 100% on it.
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's back up a little bit so we can see the whole piece.
Okay.
Yeah, let's back up a little bit, and let's point the camera up a little higher so we can see your head. There we go. And let's talk a little bit about why this would be or wouldn't be a 1930s. First of all, the idea of taking things from the land and the idea of sort of the laborers is very important in the 1930s. So figures that relate to labor or work in some way is going to be important. The glaze all the way under is also typical of Native American pottery, where you will see in big manufacturing pottery manufacturers, you know, like the Blue Ridges and these other pottery manufacturing places, you're not going to see where the glaze continues all the way down, the same color, and then underneath the bottom and then up again. You don't usually see that in the manufacturing. So it's probably hand done. I would say it probably is, of course, Southwestern United States. So it could easily be Navajo. I like the glaze and I like the muted colors, very typical of the pre-World War II era, or from about 1930 to about 1935. Once we get to like 1938 into the war years in Europe, and then by the 40s, the war years also in the United States, when we come into World War II, you're going to see brighter colors. I like that very well. Is it 12 inches? I think it's 8. I think it's 8.
Probably about 8, 6 to 8.
Probably about 8 inches. Yeah. I like that piece. And characteristic of course, the Native American production, pottery production, I'd probably put $35, maybe $38 on it.
Okay.
For retail. That's retail value. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that. Okay. It's in good shape, no chips, no cracks, no glaze skips. You know what a glaze skip looks like. You can see actually the clay, the glaze didn't hit that area. So you want to avoid glaze skips if you can. That's nice too. I like that. All right. What else have we got?
These are Bristol vases, uranium.
Very nice.
A 2-piece set.
So now how did you source those, Amy? How did you source those? Did you just find them somewhere when you were treasure hunting, or did someone bring them in, or?
I purchased a bunch of totes from a storage unit.
Oh, okay.
And most of this was in there.
Okay. And what's your price on those?
I have them as a 2-piece set at $50.
That's good. That's good. Those are worth, yeah, those are good. Can I see the back?
Yes. It's solid on the back. Just solid.
Very nice, though.
I think this might be, do you think this is gold?
I think that that is actually gilt. I also think that what you have there is some rose gold. So what you have is basically a little bit of the copper color with the gold. I like that a lot. I have to say that I like the difference. I like the decorative element. I like the way you've got the big flower at the top, and then you tend to have other imagery that sort of takes control, like those 2 leaves, they take control, and then you have just this little round sort of bud of the flower, but the big flower is at the top. I like that a lot. Because with those pieces, much of the visual information or the stimuli is going to happen with the pillars inside.
Oh,
So
okay.
the middle is going to be what's basically where all the imagery is going to happen. I like that piece. I think 50 is very good, a very good price for that. I probably would say if you were going to resell it, you could buy it for 50 and resell the pair for 85.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
Wonderful. But see, you know what you're doing, which I think is great. You know, you're saying, hey, you know, I sourced them at a particular number. Of course, you have to source it wholesale to try to make your money. You want to keep the lights on. But
Definitely.
also what happens is you're giving the reseller an opportunity to make some money on top of it. I had so much fun thrifting with Dr. Lori. We had a lot of fun with Amy in Clyde, Texas at Callahan Thrift. What fun. So lots of stuff. Did you have fun, Amy?
I had a blast. Thank you so much. This was great.
It's my pleasure. And I hope to see more and more of these pieces. It's a beautiful shop, a lot of things. And really you've got the treasure hunt down because you really can find some treasures there. It's a lot of fun to see the diversity of objects there. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.